Hey there guys, CrossFlux here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team. In the last episode, we advanced through the Silent Chasm and found Shiftry passed out. However, Zapdos took him and told us that we had to come to his base at Mount Thunder to save him. So, in today's episode, we're going to do just that. So it looks like no mail on the following day after that whole Silent Chasm escapades. However, Mount Thunder is a pretty difficult area, especially for a water type such as myself, because, as you would imagine, a place called Mount Thunder is swarming with electric types. So I think I'm going to do a day of rescue missions real quick to just kind of boost my level just a smidge and see if that makes the things a little bit easier. So I'll cut back to when I'm doing actual preparations for Mount Thunder itself. So, see ya in just a flash. Alright guys, I'm back. I did a full day of missions so that we would be prepared in terms of level and stuff. So just a quick look at my items. You're going to want to bring a lot of cherry berries with you because paralysis is going to be very common in this dungeon. But you also don't want to get rid of all your pecha berries as poison can still be a little bit of an issue. This is also the last dungeon where, in my opinion, blast seeds are actually useful because after this point in the game, the 30 damage that blast seeds do start really falling off in terms of how much damage they do compared to max health of enemies. So I would bring them along just as a last resort sort of thing. This is the foot of Mount Thunder. I wonder, is Alakazam's team already on their way? Zapdos. Sounds very tough. Shaking. But I can't be scared now. Our objective is simple. We're rescuing Shiftry. Skipper, let's do our best. Alright. So, I brought Tesla with us along just because he's grown really attached to me. Well, I should say I've grown really attached to him. Basically, his electric type will make him resistant to the other electric types in this dungeon, as well as his steel type coming in handy against the few poison types that you'll encounter. So once again, his typing is just really good for the game. Now this Nidoran male here, as you can see, my goodness, that amount of HP is ridiculous. Alright, so I should talk about Mount Thunder proper now. I should say that it's a pretty difficult dungeon to traverse. There's lots of hallways in this place, filled to the brim with lots of tiny small rooms, so there's a lot of branching paths that you can take. So in order to fully explore the whole floor of a Mount Thunder floor, you'll have to do a lot of backtracking through areas you've already been to, since there's only one way to access so many different rooms. So you might want to bring an apple or two. I only brought one just because I tend to get by with just one apple, but if you feel like really exploring the floors thoroughly, definitely bring a second apple just to make sure you can survive the journey. Alright, so as I mentioned, paralysis is pretty common in this place, as well as Pokemon with high HP values. So you're going to want to dish out damage as quick as you can. Once again, if you get paralyzed, don't be afraid to fall back and toss rocks at enemies while your partners do the rest of the heavy lifting for you. Common items that you'll find here is Poké, Graveler rocks, stuff like that. However, a few rare items begin appearing. If you noticed on the first floor, I think it was, I picked up a gold ribbon. Or sorry, not a gold ribbon, I picked up a TM for Facade. So TMs let you teach your Pokemon new moves just like they do in the main series titles. So they're pretty important since you can only learn so many moves on your own in this game, at least through level up and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend picking them up whenever you get the chance. Even if you don't end up using them too much, they can sell for lots of money at the Cacnea shops. So they're rare for a reason, but they are definitely pretty handy finds. So if you get too far in over your head in this dungeon, don't be afraid to just use an escape orb and try again if you have a decent haul of TMs so that you don't end up losing them. But I'm going to try and get through this in one go without having to use an escape orb just because, I don't know, I feel like that's a little bit of cheating, but it's really not. Alright, cool. I actually just showed off some recruitment here. I think that's the first time I've actually recruited someone since playing the game, since I haven't really spent too much time buying friend areas and stuff, since I planned on using Tesla for the majority of this place. Let's see, what should I call this guy? I'm going to call him Pokey. But while I'm still on the screen, I should explain, since I don't think I did a decent detail at explaining recruitment earlier in the Let's Play. Basically, your team leader is the only one who's able to recruit Pokemon. So your team leader has to be the one to deliver the final blow, as well as having to have the Pokemon in question's friend area. Oh, come on, Lizzie, hang in there. Alright, good. Let me throw you an Oran Berry, because you really need it. Alright. So other rare items that you can find in Mount Thunder here are gold ribbons, whose sole purpose is to be sold for lots of money. That's pretty much it. And I just got wrecked because of paralysis. Well, it happens. That's why I brought a few Reviver Seeds with me. Alright, you can also find link boxes in this dungeon for the first time. Link boxes allow you to do the Gulpin linking thing, but on the go. You can use it as a one-time linking mechanism in the middle of a dungeon. So they're pretty handy to keep around. I usually don't use them too much, but I mean, they have their uses in longer dungeons. Let's see. So, you can only bring 3 party members into a dungeon with you at any time, normally, so that you always have room for 1 new recruit, which is why we're able to have Weedle with us at this point. He doesn't get sent home or anything. So the max party size is 4 Pokemon. But I guess I've really said all I really need to say about the dungeon. Well, actually not really. During the later floors of the dungeon, Manectric will appear, basically starting on floor number 8, and his ability Lightning Rod will draw any electric type move made on the entire floor to himself, and makes him immune to those electric moves. So basically, once I get to floor 8, Tesla is going to be pretty pointless. I'm going to have to turn off his Thunder Shock, because it's going to be, as I mentioned, completely pointless. So, with that out of the way, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and speed up and see how much of this dungeon I can get done within the time limit. So, I'll see you guys after the speed up. Alright guys, after making it through 10 floors of Mount Thunder, we reached kind of a checkpoint of sorts, if you will. So, it allows you to save your game, but we're not quite done with the dungeon just yet. But since it's kind of a midpoint, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to call the episode here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. In the next episode, we'll complete our task and hopefully find Shiftry. So, have a blessed day, and I'll see you then.